What is going on, my fellow movie nerds? I am back again today with another physical media haul video for you all.
Poor shit.
And I know, it seems like that's all we have been doing on this channel lately. But I assure you, we do have a lot of good things coming down the pipeline. We have a big Giallo video that we're going to be working on very shortly. We have just been kind of short on time, so we kind of have been using a lot of that time to catch up on movies we haven't seen, just so we could, you know, do more fun things for the channel eventually. So I assure you, this won't strictly be a, hey, look what I bought channel, or look at all my movies channel. It will be that sometimes, but for now, this is just a short video I wanted to post so that way the channel isn't dormant for too long for you guys. Without further ado, let's see what I've picked up recently. Thanksgiving, the new Eli Roth movie, which if you haven't seen our review, please go back into our channel and check out the review we did and let us know what you thought of the movie in the comments. I really liked this movie. I think it's even on Netflix as of today, February 17th. So if you haven't seen it, you could watch it on Netflix if you're not a physical media person. But great movie, had to own it. Really dig Eli Roth stuff. Oppenheimer. We were late to check this one out. We did rent it, I think, on Amazon Prime or something, and I liked it so much that I had to own it. So I picked up this copy that we haven't even opened yet, but great movie, and it's a no-brainer that this has been getting a shit ton of accolades. It is awesome, and Oppenheimer. Clown on Blu-ray. This one is a weird one that not a lot of people talk about, with Terrifier and Pennywise kind of stealing the show most of the time. This one's by a director named John Watts, and it involves a guy putting on a clown costume and it gets stuck on him, and he eventually just turns to eating children and stuff like that. It's really dark and twisted, and we never owned it, but we really enjoy it, so picked it up for a pretty reasonable price. The Fugitive on 4K. I love The Fugitive, and I even like the sequel, U.S. Marshals. This was a great 4K. I've never seen this movie look so cool, and me and Vicky constantly these days just say to each other, I don't care!
I don't care!
Like when Harrison Ford is just pleading with Tommy Lee Jones in the water tunnel, I didn't kill my wife, and Tommy Lee Jones is just sitting there, I don't care. I love that movie, and I'm very happy to finally own it. I've never owned it even on VHS or DVD or anything like that. Jacob's Ladder on Blu-ray. This is one of Vicky's favorite movies of all time, and it's what she considers to be the scariest movie of all time. We only owned it on like a crappy old DVD, so I decided to upgrade it for her, and excited to check out Jacob's Ladder again in 2024. Oz, the complete series from HBO. This is just on DVD. This has never been released on Blu-ray or anything like that, but Vicky loves Oz. I think it's pretty good. It involves like the prison system and all that. It's very dark and twisted, so like just like a horror movie, it's gnarly and hard to watch, but Vicky loves it, so I had to pick it up for her. Now we're going to get into what has been taking up a majority of our time. We have been diving deep into the Giallo subgenre of horror movies lately. We had already seen all like the major ones like Deep Red, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Tenebrae, Opera, and all that. So we wanted to dive further into that and see some of the lesser known titles. So a lot of what's coming up next is all Giallo box sets and just single movies that we really wanted to check out. All the Colors of the Dark by Sergio Martino. This one was from Severin Films. This one, I didn't like this one all that much, but it's still really cool and a very interesting deviation from the Giallo norms. It involves like a kind of like a sex cult, satanic sex cult sort of thing. And it's got the beautiful edwige fenech.
Yeah, baby!
And George Hilton in it, who are mainstays in the Giallo genre. So had to pick it up. And another one from Sergio Martino, The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, starring the beautiful edwige fenech again.
Yeah, baby!
And George Hilton. I love this movie. Another one by Severin, of course. Just a classic Giallo with one of the most amazing twists of all time. It's just fascinating. If you're into the Giallo movies or are getting into them, this is one I highly suggest checking out. Not only for the beautiful cast, but Sergio Martino as a director in this genre is amazing so far from what I've seen. And these next few I got from a sale that Orbit DVD had, which was amazing. Like, I got all these for so much cheaper than what they normally cost. This is Forgotten Gialli Volume 1. It has Trauma, Police Are Blundering in the Dark, The Killer is One of 13. These are all pretty good Gialli movies, and it's really cool of Vinegar Syndrome to be putting out all of these movies that have pretty much never seen the light of day until now. Very happy to pick these up for a good price. And another Forgotten Gialli, Volume 2. This one has Girl in Room 2A, The French Sex Murders, My Dear Killer. We've also checked out all of these, all really good movies. Another one from Vinegar Syndrome that I got for the low. And continuing right along, Volume 3. This one has Murder Mansion, Autopsy, Crazy Desires of a Murderer. Out of these three, I really liked Autopsy. They're all pretty good, but to me, Autopsy was like kind of tried and true with all the tropes of the Giallo genre. But yeah, Volume 3. And yet again, Forgotten Gialli Volume 4. Now this one is obviously in the limited edition box. I missed out on the box for all of those because I waited too long to buy them. This one has Arabella Black Angel, The Sister of Ursula, and The Killer is Still Among Us. Now, some of these are still in the package because we watched them all ahead of time before even buying this box set. Now, these ones are pretty insane. These ones are borderline like softcore porn. They're so filled with nudity and just like crazy violence. But I really enjoyed every single one of these. So yeah, Forgotten Gialli Volume 4. Forgotten Gialli Volume 5, another one that came in the limited edition box. Now these ones we all had to open because we hadn't seen them all. This one has A White Dress for Marielle, Tropic of Cancer, and 9 Guests for a Crime. These ones were pretty good. I think Volume 4 was the most powerful for me so far. But these were all pretty good films, and like everything else, I recommend checking them out and judging for yourself. Volume 5. I think the only one we're missing now is the new one, Volume 6, so gonna wait for that to go down in price a little before I pick it up, though. Now, if you saw my last haul video, I picked up the red Giallo Essentials set from Arrow. Well, for Vicky's birthday, since we've been so into them, I managed to scoop the rest of them up for us to watch, to continue with our Giallo fucking marathon that we've been on. Now this is the black one. And this one has Smile Before Death, The Weapon, The Hour, The Motive, and The Killer reserved 9 seats. Now we haven't even checked any of these ones out yet, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. So far I find that the Arrow ones I think are a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more palpable. And the blue edition. This is another one we haven't even checked out yet. Really excited to check these ones out. This one has The Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. We watched that one. That one was fantastic. Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight. So, the Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion was awesome, so I'm really curious to see the rest of them. I've heard very good things about the Death Walks movies, so very excited to dive further into the blue Giallo Essentials box set. And next up, we have the white Giallo Essentials box set. Now this one has The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, The Iguana with the Tongue of Fire, and The Suspicious Death of a Minor. This, so far, out of the Arrow box sets, has been my favorite. I loved when The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave. Iguana with the Tongue of Fire was pretty good, and The Suspicious Death of a Minor was another Sergio Martino movie that we just actually watched last night. That was awesome. It's like a buddy cop meets Giallo movie. So yeah, another murder mystery box set of Giallo Essentials. And finally, we have the Giallo Essentials Yellow Edition. Now this is one that I missed out on when it was first released, so I had to go on a secondhand store to pick it up. But I saw someone on Mercari was selling it for pretty cheap, and I picked it up for less than retail price. I think they're re-releasing this on a smaller set, but this is an awesome one. I highly suggest picking up the yellow one. This one has What Have They Done to Your Daughters? The classic Torso by Sergio Martino, which is essentially a slasher movie, and Strip Nude for Your Killer, another edwige fenech
Yeah, baby!
film, and these are all fantastic. Highly recommend checking them out if you're into Giallo movies, of course. So obviously, a very Giallo-heavy bunch of scoops from us this month. As you can tell, the Giallo staples, J&B whiskey, a leather glove, and a switchblade here. But anyway, guys, those were my pickups. What did you think? I'm very excited to keep diving into this Giallo subgenre and to get Vicky to do a video with me to talk about all these movies and kind of rank them and just talk about what we like and dislike about the genre. And yeah, hopefully we'll be doing that soon. I don't want to put a date on that yet because I'm not sure when we'll be finished watching through all of these and watching some of the more staple ones. So that'll be coming as soon as possible. Now, originally this month, I wanted to do a video on, like, Valentine's Day horror movies, like Valentine, My Bloody Valentine, My Bloody Valentine 3D, but I have seen so many people doing videos on those movies that it's just like, what more can possibly be said about them? You know, I don't want to do a versus which is better because it's obviously My Bloody Valentine is the best one. There's plenty of content like that out there, so I wanted to do something a little different, and that's why we're diving into the Giallo movies this month. I know it was January Giallo, but I think Giallo movies are very love-oriented, very, like, sexually driven and erotic, so I think for February, that is what me and Vicky really want to focus on, so that's what we're going to be doing for you guys later on this month. Coming in March, I'm going to be doing a video with my buddy Brad, who has a channel where he does a lot of drawing technique and just instructional videos on drawing. He is really into, like, superhero movies and things of that nature, but he really wanted to join in on a live video with me where we do, like, an essentially March Madness with horror movie characters where he can showcase some drawings of some of the main characters. And what we're going to do is break it down into, like, a bracket where, like, they are versing each other, and at the end of the bracket, it'll be who would win, essentially, with all these characters. And we think that would be something really fun. And Brad's just a good friend of mine, and I really wanted to get him on the channel. So look for that in March. But anyway, guys, that was my haul. Another haul video. I know. I'm sorry. But, you know, at least it's something, and me and Vicky will be back with that Giallo video as soon as we can. Until next time, guys, thank you so very much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, belated, of course. I hope you and your loved ones are all well. And please, if you can, like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. What do you think of my pickups? What should I be picking up? I haven't picked up a lot of titles aside from Giallo, obviously, recently. But anyway, thank you so much. I love all of you. Adios.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.